welcome back to another episode on my channel. It is 10 past 2 in the morning of Friday the 23rd of February, and in today's video I'll be giving you my Gameweek 26 Premier League predictions. So the double game week is over, and the standings in the Premier League table are pretty much still the same. Liverpool still top, City still behind, City and Arsenal still trailing. There was a few changes, like Villa went above Tottenham into the top 4. But other than that, not too many changes to the league table in the double game week, which is a bit surprising, given usually a double game week changes a lot in the league table. But we're back. But we're back to a normal game week. So every team plays against each other. Plays once and once only. And let's get on with it. So first game of the weekend takes place tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So in an hour. So in a day and 50 minutes time. In a day and 50 minutes time, Villa will be hosting Nottingham Forest. Our first game this Saturday, which takes place from a day and 50 minutes. The first game takes place a day and 50 minutes from this very point. It's 10 past 11, 10 past 2, and in a day and 50 minutes, it will be the 3 o'clock games will have gone underway. And the first 3 o'clock game is Aston Villa hosting Nottingham Forest. Villa and Forest both won their last games. Villa beat Fulham 2-1 and Forest beat West Ham 2-0. In terms of scoreline, I'm going to edge Villa being the home team, but I do think Nottingham Forest will give them a good go. So I'm going to say 2-1. Next up, Brighton-Everton. This is a big game. Brighton won their last game. Everton drew their last game. Everton were lucky to draw against Crystal Palace on Monday night, but they did pick up a draw. As for Brighton, they won, I believe, against Brighton, I believe, won against. I actually can't remember who Brighton won against, but Brighton did win their last game. Everton drew their last game. So in terms of score predictions, I'm gonna say 3-1 Everton, 3-1 Brighton, just because they are a better team than Everton. Next up, we go to Selhurst Park as Crystal Palace host Burnley, a relegation 6-pointer that, sadly, as a City fan, is going to be won by Crystal Palace. I'd love to see Burnley somehow turn their season around under Vincent Kompany and survive, but they won't turn it around. I don't think they'll turn it around, and even if they did turn it around, they won't turn it around in this Palace game. I think it's going to go 2-0 to Crystal Palace. Palace 2, Burnley 0. Next up, we go to Old Trafford as Man United, who have won 4 games on the bounce, host Fulham, who lost to Villa 2-1 in the previous game week. This one's pretty self-explanatory. It's going to be a United win, and it's going to be a comfortable United win, 3-0. Now we are on to the Vitality. We're on to the Vitality Stadium as Bournemouth host the best team in the world, Manchester City, the team I obviously support. City, 2 decent results recently. A draw against Chelsea on the weekend, and then a win against Palace, and then a win against Brentford on Tuesday night. Bournemouth haven't won in 6 games. City are still on a long unbeaten one. Kevin De Bruyne was rested at the weekend on Tuesday again in the Brentford game, and we'll probably be back for this Bournemouth. We'll probably be back in the starting lineup for this Bournemouth game. And Haaland's going into this game after breaking another record. Haaland has now scored at least 1 goal against every Premier League team he has played against. He scored at least once against Liverpool, Arsenal, Villa, Tottenham, Man United, Brighton, Newcastle, West Ham, Chelsea, Wolves, Fulham, Bournemouth, Brentford, Palace, Forest, Everton, Burnley, Sheffield United, Leeds, Southampton, and Leicester. He has scored a goal against all of those teams. And those are against all of those teams. Those are the Premier League teams he's come up against, and he's scored at least 1 goal against each of them. There was a really cool Twitter post. There was a really cool post on Twitter that showed how many goals he scored against each team, and at the top of that list is Man United. He scored 5 goals against 2 Premier League clubs. And one of them is Man United. So yeah, Haaland breaks another personal record that will probably never be broken. That'll probably never happen again. Bournemouth are a great team at home, but City, when City needed a big performance going into the home game against Bournemouth, won 6-1. They need a big performance going into the away game against Bournemouth, and I think they'll win 4-1. The Mighty Blues will win 4 goals, 2-1. Arsenal, Newcastle. This one's difficult because Arsenal literally just lost 2 days ago on Wednesday night in the Champions League to Porto, thanks to a wonder strike from the Brazilian winger Galeno. So yeah, Arsenal, despite 5 wins from the last 5, are going into this Newcastle game off the back of a poor performance, but also a really bad result in their first ever Champions League, in their first Champions League knockout game for 10 years. For 14 years. The last time Arsenal played a game in the knockout rounds of the Champions League, it was 2010. It's been 14 years since Tuesday. On Wednesday, it had been on at the point on Wednesday before the game. At the point on Wednesday, before the match on Wednesday, at the point on Wednesday before the match, Arsenal were playing the game. Arsenal's game against Porto was their first Champions League knockout game since 2010, 14 years ago, and they lost. Newcastle don't have great form in the Premier League, but Arsenal, I think, could be shattered and could be shattered by and completely drained by the Porto game, because they tried so hard and just couldn't do anything to stop, and just couldn't do anything at all. So maybe I do possibly give a shock result here. Nah, I got to back Arsenal. I'm going to say 2-1. I'm going to say Arsenal edge the game 2-1. I have to back Arsenal. especially if City win, that I think if City win, Arsenal win. If City draw, Arsenal draw. If City lose, Arsenal win. But yeah, if City win, then Arsenal win. Wolves, Sheffield United. I'm going to back the team from the Midlands to win 2-0. Next up, and then finally, final game of the weekend, final game of Game Week 26 is on Monday, as the Monday Night Football, with the Monday Night Football game where West Ham host Brentford. West Ham host Brentford on the Monday Night Football on Monday the 26th of Feb at the London Stadium, and both are coming off the back of two successive defeats, in the last two Premier League games. And this game is probably going to be the easiest game to predict. This game has a draw written all over it. This West Ham Brentford game has a 2-2 draw written all over it. Oh, and as some of you wonderful people may not know, on Sunday, it is my birthday. I turn 19 on Sunday. In 2 days' time, I'll be 19 years old. So, I'll see you next. So, before I go through my goal score predictions for each of the games, before I go through my score predictions again and give you my goal score predictions, the next time you see me on my channel, I will be 19. So my next predictions video, which will be next Thursday, predicting Game Week 27 of the Premier League, will be my first video on my channel as a 19-year-old. So hopefully we can make that video super special, because it'll be my first video after turning 19, and I'm really excited to film that video. I think it's going to be really fun. But yeah, remember, the next predictions video will be the first video on my channel as a 19-year-old. So excited. I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited to get to that game, because once that video comes out, I'll be happy, because that video comes out and I'll be like, my first video as a 19-year-old, done, ready, out, come on. But yeah, on Sunday, it's my birthday, which means the next Premier League predictions video will be the first video on my channel that I'll be doing as a 19-year-old. Okay, let's go through my score predictions. I'm going to give you my goal score predictions. Liverpool and Chelsea do not play this weekend because they are playing the Carabao Cup Final. And actually, while we're here, we'll predict the Cup. Before we do go through our score predictions and predict the goal scorers, I'm going to give you my prediction for Liverpool-Chelsea. My prediction for Liverpool-Chelsea is a 2-2 draw. Is 2-2 at half-time, 4-2 to Liverpool at full-time. So my prediction for the Carabao Cup Final between Liverpool and Chelsea is 4-2 Liverpool. Okay, let's go through my Premier League predictions one more time and give you my goal score predictions. Villa, Forest, I said 2-1 Villa. Villa will score both goals through Ollie Watkins, and Forest will score through Taiwo Awoniyi. Brighton, Everton, I said 3-1 Brighton. Matoma, Gross, and Adingra will get on the score sheet. And then for Everton, just gone, and then for Everton, Corey. And then for Everton, I'm going to go in Nana. Palace, Burnley, I said 2-0 Palace. Both 1 goal for Eze, 1 goal for Elise. Man United, Fulham, I said 3-0 for United. For United, I'll say Højlund, Rashford, and Garnacho. Actually, I'll say Højlund, Rashford, and McTominay. Man City, Bournemouth, I said 4-1 Man City. Bournemouth will score through Dominic Solanke, and then as for Man City, 2 from Erling Haaland, 1 from Kevin De Bruyne, and 1 from my boy Phil Foden. Arsenal, Newcastle, I said 2-1 Arsenal. Arsenal will score through Jesus and will score through Saka. and Declan Rice, and Newcastle will score through Bruno Guimaraes. Wolves, Sheffield United said 2-0 Wolves. Wolves will score both goals through Matheus Cunha. And finally, West Ham, Brentford, I said 2-2. West Ham will score through Mohamed Kudus and Jarrod Bowen, while Brentford will score through Ivan Toney and Johan Wissa. So those are my Game Week 26 Premier League predictions and Premier League goal scorer predictions. I will see you next Thursday for my next Premier League predictions video. The first video on my channel as a 19-year-old. My first video on my channel as a 19-year-old. I'm going to tell you about a video I'm planning to release in the near future. I'm going to be doing later next month, at some point in March, I'm going to be doing a video where I'm going to be doing a debate video. So this is going to be a new series on my channel where I think of a statement of a personal football statement, and I debate why I think that. For the first step video, I'm going to be doing, for the first video in this new series, I'm going to be doing a video on why Phil Foden is a better player than Bukayo Saka. I am at Solent right now, obviously, as you can tell. I'm at Solent University, and at Solent University, I'm doing the course I'm doing is a course called Football Studies. And football's one of the modules for this term in Football Studies is elite youth development. And during my last elite, one of the modules for this term is coaching in the foundation phase. And during my last coaching in the foundation phase lesson, I said that Phil Foden was a better player than Bukayo Saka. In a video at some point next month, I'll be telling you why I think Foden is a better player than Bukayo Saka. Put down in the comment section any of your footballing opinions. They can be about your club, they can be about a different club. But put down in the comment section your footballing opinions, and I will debate whether or not your prediction, what you think is, and I'll debate whether or not I agree with you or not. Remember, this new series will be based on preference. I'm a City fan, so you could say I'm biased towards Foden, which I technically am. But this is what this new series is going to be about. I'm going to make a personal football statement that relates to me, and I'm going to debate why I think that is the case. So, the first video of this new series will be a video where I say why I think Phil Foden is a better player than Bukayo Saka. Put down in the comment section any examples of any ideas for topics in this new series. I'm going to think of my own, but I want to have your opinion on footballing. I want your football opinions down in the comment section, and I will choose some of the best ones to debate in this channel. So, at some point next month, I will be doing the first video in a series that I'm going to be calling Opinions. I will provide an opinion, a footballing opinion. So I'll compare two players. I'll say one player, like with the first one, I'll say one player is better than the other, and in the video, I will say why I think that player is better than another. So, in the first video of my new video series, Opinions, I will be giving you why I think be giving you my reasons why I think Phil Foden is a better player than Bukayo Saka. Put down in the comment section your ideas for your own opinions that I could make a video out of. But also subscribe to the channel and click the like button. And then finally, obviously that's the end of the video. Hopefully you've enjoyed listening to my Premier League insight, my Premier League predictions. I will see you next Thursday for my first video on my channel as a 19-year-old. And like I said, later in the next month, I'll be starting my new video series, Opinions, where I provide my own personal opinions and explain why I think that. Starting with why I think Phil Foden is a better player than Bukayo Saka. Subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to catch up with all my latest videos. Subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to catch up with all my latest videos until my next video. My first video as a 19-year-old. I'm out. Peace. Bye. Oh, and have a good weekend as well. Happy birthday to me.